Welcome to our next episode of
Fandom
Family
Chats.
This is a production of Family Fan Clubs on Facebook. You can find us all over Facebook. You can find us all over social media under Fandom Family Chats. Look us up, get dialed in, get plugged in, and get ready to listen to some crazy people talk crazy stuff.
Hey, I'm Jeanette.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Shelby.
And tonight we're going to be talking about Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy. Station 19, our episode is season 5, episode 16, and it was called Death and the Maiden, which I can figure out what the names come from. I had no idea this time. I was like, I don't know what we're talking about, but maybe I just missed something.
I have no idea.
But I mean, it was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
The whole Jack, Maya, Karina, I don't know, they're moving ahead with their baby making, and it was the funniest thing I'd seen in a really long time. I loved it.
Her hormones were cracking me up.
Oh, I mean, I felt so bad for her. And then, I mean, just everything. Jack was so awkward, which that is what I love about him. I don't know. Gray Damon, the way he plays that character is just like really good, because I feel like the awkwardness is really believable. Like, it seems like he's not, I don't know, it doesn't feel like acting. It feels like he's just being an awkward person. And I don't know, it makes me laugh really hard. It makes him really realistic, I think.
He had some really, I can't exactly remember, but like some of his lines were just cracking me up.
That's what I was just trying to think of. I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I like jot down some of his like things that he said that I mean, just the look on Maya and Karina's faces were like, no.
The whole room they had set up for him.
It was so weird, right?
The one thing that I do remember is he brought her like flowers or something like that. And then he was like, oh, maybe this is weird because I'm about to plant my seed in tea.
Yeah. I do remember that. I thought the flowers were really sweet though. I mean, awkward, but a really sweet gesture, you know? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I thought that was sweet. I mean, it is a really awkward, I would think it would be kind of an awkward situation.
Yes.
Doing it at home, you know, I think if you're doing it through an agency, it might not be so awkward because you're not face to face or with the person.
I had no idea you could do the whole process at home. I mean, I guess with her being an OB, it makes sense, but
no, I've had friends.
I've just never crossed my mind that like
at home. Yeah,
you could. I don't know.
I mean, and she's an OB, so she knows what she's doing. And
the room setup, I mean, that was really so Karina, just to kind of trying to set the whole mood for him, which I'm just like, oh my God, like, and what makes it more awkward is the fact that it's Maya's ex-boyfriend. Yeah. So like, it just makes it all just so funny.
I will say though, Karina's hormones, that actress deserves like an award or something. Because she really played that. Like she was in that role. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was absolutely hilarious. Like, 1 minute she's crying, 1 minute she's happy, laughing, like
she was angry, and poor Maya's just like, I don't know what to do. I mean, she's trying her best to just keep her happy, but she's like trying to figure it out.
When he walks into that room and it drops.
I was like, oh my God, now you guys have to clean that up, and like it was just so weird. I loved it. I loved every bit of it.
When he walked in on them that they were doing their own thing, and Maya at the door, and she was like, yeah, we're getting ready too, Jack. Like the whole part, it was just hilarious.
I had no idea we were gonna like introduce like a brother. Like, I mean, I'm kind of excited for Jack to finally get to meet some family. So that part was fun.
I'm excited about that. It couldn't have come at a worse time.
I mean, like, way to kill the mood, I guess, to like, you know, I don't know. And I didn't quite, I mean, I knew like it was Karina's hormones that were getting her all worked up about that, but when she said like about her brother being dead, like, I don't know, it kind of like that kind of clicked. I was like, oh, okay, like now I'm understanding why this is being so emotional for her, like, too, you know.
I was like, oh no,
she doesn't have any family either anymore, right?
Mm-hmm. No, what is there? Is her dad?
They had like a parent.
I know their mom's not alive.
I think their dad's still alive, I thought.
But where is he? Is he back in Italy? I don't.
Because he was a doctor too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's not mentally sound if he is alive, right? Because wasn't that why everyone thought that DeLuca was unwinding?
Yeah, he's got bipolar. So, I mean, he's probably, I mean, he could be now. I mean, you know, with that illness, it's kind of in and out. I mean, you know, in and out of whatever. If he's medicated, then he's okay. I mean, but I don't think it's a good relationship at this point, though, either way. So, I mean, that might be part of it too. So,
yeah.
And Maya doesn't have, I mean, any family really, not good relationships either. So, they're kind of all on their own.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
Now they have Jack.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Jack.
Yeah, and they're going to have, and that baby's going to be loved by the whole entire firehouse. I mean, if it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how much they're fawning over Prue, and I just based off of what I know, like I guarantee it's not just because that's Dean's kid. Like
yeah, they'd be like that with any of them.
Oh yeah.
Our other big storyline from last episode was a continuation of Andy's storyline. I felt so bad for her.
I mean, honestly, it's reality. Because there would have to be an investigation. There would, I mean, she would not be able to go back to work. I mean, we wouldn't expect any other regular firefighter if they killed somebody, whether it was self-defense, but until their investigation is zip tied, then I wouldn't want a local firefighter working if they had a murder charge on them.
Yeah, I mean, there's just procedures in place that, I mean, you just have to do, but
I get it, but hopefully,
I mean, I feel bad for her though. Like, you find out first, you know, Theo's been reassigned to 19 and she's heard nothing, you know, and then, I mean, I do like that Chief Ross is straightforward. I mean, there's no sugarcoating when she talks to her. It's just, no, you're not coming back yet. And I mean, she's not trying to, like, I don't know, tiptoe around it. She just tells her like it is, you know?
Yeah.
It seemed like before her meeting, though, they were kind of icing her out a little bit, or at least that's how she felt.
I mean, I think they were probably like, I mean, my guess is there were discussions behind the scenes on this, on how they were going to handle it. And I mean, I'm sure they weren't going to call her up and be like, hey, you're not doing this. That's why she had a meeting. They wanted to talk to her in person. So,
I mean, right now I get it. I mean, I can't blame Chief Ross right now.
No.
I mean, her hands are tied. I get it. We all want Andy back.
Yeah.
At 19,
and she will be.
But
I mean, we know that it's going to end up that way and it'll all be fine. But
yeah, we're going to take a dramatic way there.
Yes.
But there's only a few episodes left this season. So
what is there, 2 or 3 more? I don't know.
The last episodes of Grey are May 24th.
So it's going to be the same for
2 more weeks. So Andy's mom, I don't know. I don't really care for her either way. I mean, the thing is, like, I know you all haven't watched this show, like all of it, but they spent like such a long time, like sort of building her up as this bad guy. It's going to take me a minute.
Yeah,
to like
I get that.
Be excited about her being there. Because I get the whole, like, you know, I mean, they made it out like Pruitt sort of pushed her out of Andy's life, and which I don't like that either, because Pruitt, I mean, he was an amazing, I mean, in my opinion, like, I mean, I loved him. He's like the Richard of Station 19. So that paints him in a weird light. I don't like it. Like, and also as a mom, like, there's basically nothing you could do that would push me out of my kid's life. There's nothing. Like, no one's going to make me not see my kid.
Unless
it's my kid's
for their own good,
is
I
in
guess.
danger because I'm there would be the only reason.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of too.
Yeah.
Her mom coming back seemed kind of random to me, but I don't know if that's because I'm not really caught up or if it's like.
Well, I mean, it's just because of her, like, I mean, her mom's had, you know, obviously she had an assault of some sort happen too. And so when she heard about it, she's come back, which I mean is good. I mean, it seemed like, you know, I mean, Andy hugged her at the end. So I mean, obviously she needs her mom, and I'm glad that she's there, but
I'm glad. I think
I'm not excited about the storyline, I guess. She's
we
got
don't know how long she's going to be there.
Yeah, I don't really want, I don't know. You're having to do it right for me to be like cool with her sticking around. I'm just not into it. I'm like, I mean, Andy has her whole family at the station. Like, why this woman like wasn't there? So like, I'm just not into it. I don't know.
There's a purpose that we don't know yet, I guess. So, but Andy's conflict wasn't the only one this week. I mean, there's some drama, some like drama.
loved Travis this week.
Oh,
Angry
with
Travis. I love him. He gets fired up and I love it. And I hate like Chief. Is it Chief Dixon? Is he chief of police? Or he was? I don't know if you still call him chief.
Dick?
I don't know. Dixon. Yeah, Dick. Right.
wife's kitty.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to
hate
refresh
that
my
man.
brain for a second.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if that's who it was too.
It is.
Kitty and Dick. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're the ones that they were at the awkward dinner party with.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Emmett's dad.
It is.
Yes.
And he's like, you all didn't watch this whole thing. I mean, during like, I don't know, there was a big thing with the police or whatever. Like it was during like when the show was doing a lot of the Black Lives Matter stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the police, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but like it was Dean and Robert and I don't know what else. They went in to like rescue these kids or whatever. And like, I don't know, there was a big conflict with the police and like Dean and Robert got arrested because they got like, they were saying they got physical with the police or whatever. And these were like firefighters. So like, it was this huge thing or whatever. And then that's why Dean ended up like suing like the police department, which was a huge controversy because, you know, he's a firefighter and all that, but
yeah.
So that's why there's kind of beef between them then.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, he's Emmett's dad and things weren't good there either.
Yeah. He's just a jerk. I mean, like as big a jerk as you can have. So
Just seems like just like a bad person.
Why
Well,
win mayor? I have no idea how like he would get voted for, but
it seemed like he was holding a press conference though for whatever happened, or was that for the mayor thing?
oh no, that was to announce his candidacy, I guess, for mayor.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because Travis flipped out on him on the call.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he should. I mean, I mean, obviously that guy, the owner of the place, I mean, it was clear that he had like women locked up in a room, wasn't going to tell anybody they were in there.
Oh, that was so messed up.
And how like, oh, we need to hear his side. What could his side possibly be? Like
the judge can hear his side. I don't need to hear his side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was just going to let those people die. And there was a lot of people in there. It was like upwards 20 people.
It was a lot. Yeah.
As long as he didn't go. I mean, wouldn't the repercussion of that be worse on him if they did go in there and have 20 people dead?
I guess unless you couldn't prove, I mean, it depends on if you could prove that like they were locked in there. I don't know, maybe they would be harder to prove at that point. But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he would technically have 20 bodies on his hands.
But he didn't start the fire, so it wouldn't really necessarily be on his hands unless they could figure out why they were in there.
But
Like
isn't there
this, we
something
know.
like with withholding information from the police
Yeah,
It could be.
maybe.
for harm? There's something I think around that.
It wouldn't be murder 1, but it might be like murder 2 or something like that, because like I know there's a couple different charges. Like there's one where you technically murder somebody but you didn't mean to do it. It's like manslaughter or something.
Manslaughter.
Like that.
Yeah, manslaughter.
So I mean, he could get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's most likely what he would have gotten if that happened.
And my thing is like he's obviously a bad dude. Like if you have if you have barely any conscience to even want to tell people that you're running a sweatshop, like I don't know, like I know that sweatshops are illegal or bad or whatever, but like you're ready to let innocent people die because you're a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Is just that bad. And apparently his best buddy is.
And apparently,
Dick.
And your
I
buddy.
was going to say Captain Dick, but I don't know what.
I think he's
Mayor
chief.
Dick?
He used to be chief of police, but I don't know if
Chief Dick.
he retired. I don't remember how he left. So this is why I need Eve, because she can help me remember. I don't remember if like they asked him to leave, or I don't think he it might have been a forcible retire or something. I'm not sure. But I don't know. But I was glad that Travis decided he wants to do more, which I don't know what that's going to be. I still think, I mean, I know he mentioned something about how he didn't get, he's like, so I don't get, what did he say? Do I not get a say because I'm not a lieutenant?
Yeah.
And Ross was kind of basically. So I really want to see this cause him to step up and
I hope
do
so.
some more stuff,
I hope so.
Yeah, because he was really shook. He was very upset.
Yeah.
As he should have been. I mean, I feel like a lot more people should have been.
Right? I mean, it's weird that like, I don't know, we were just letting this guy get away with it seemed.
I felt like I was watching Chicago PD when I was watching this, by the way.
I was ready for like Hank to like come around the corner and like,
put him in the cage.
I was like, ooh, crossover event.
Oh, I'm really excited for next week though, because we get to see more Jack and Andy scenes, and I love their friendship. Like anytime they do a scene together, it makes me so happy. So it looks like next week there's gonna be a whole lot of that.
I'm excited for the road trip.
Especially, doesn't she find like, what does it say, sperm snacks? Like, what are those? Like, that's Karina that bought those, because that's something that she would like.
Definitely
increase his sperm count and all that stuff. So,
oh, it's definitely is, and they're gonna have to get into this conversation, which is gonna be hilarious. Yeah, we also find out that coworkers are allowed to testify on Andy's behalf, which is really good news.
Good. Yeah.
Very good news.
Yeah. So hopefully she's gonna, which I mean, we kind of knew she's gonna beat it. It's not like she's gonna really be charged with murder. I mean, we're gonna work it out.
They said that she was okay. We're going back a little bit. They said that she was placed on $100,000 bail.
Yeah.
Did someone bail her out?
Probably went to a bail bondsman.
Yeah, because then you just have to pay a certain percentage or something. Is that how that works, right?
Yeah, you don't have to pay all that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was confused because I thought that when you had that much bail, like you were basically locked up unless someone locked you out. I mean, unless someone got you out, but then she basically walked out the courtroom and she was fine. So I was confused.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
I feel like, is it like 10% or it's something like if you go to a bail bondsman, then
that's still a lot of money though. I mean, unless the fire department paid it or something.
Well, and also she's probably got her dad's pension because he died in the line of duty.
Yeah.
So my guess is she probably got that too. So she might have it.
I guess that's it for Station 19.
All right, we are going to transition into Grey's Anatomy season 18, episode 16, and it is titled "Should I Stay or Should I Go?" I love that song.
I was wondering if you were going to sing it. I didn't know. I thought you were going to make into song over here.
Nobody wants to hear me sing. I promise it's not lovely to hear. We have the fallout of this residency program, being on probation, and you can see the stress in everybody.
Oh my gosh.
It's so upsetting to see.
I mean, Bailey is completely burnt out. I don't think I've ever seen her like this.
No.
It was sad to watch.
It was.
Yeah.
And
Catherine's mad, which I don't blame her. Like, I get it.
I get both sides here. I really do. I understand both. I don't, I understand Catherine getting upset because it's
her name attached to this. I mean,
it is.
They own the majority, right?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, they have the biggest share, and then everyone else is like split up, basically.
Yeah. So you have that, and then that's not only that, it's her husband's residency program that's in question. I mean, and I think Catherine really, really, really does love Grace Sloan. And I think she takes pride in it, and Bailey, and seeing it all go to poop is making her mad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Catherine. I've never been a big fan of Catherine. But she was harsh, but I think it was just stress driven. I mean, like, I think that's how it was. I mean, yeah, but
in some ways, like, I know that yes, Catherine supported Richard. Okay, she did. And I mean, and it's kind of silly that you're like getting all mad about this when you supported the whole like thing that caused the fallout anyways. But I think Bailey too, I do think Bailey was wrong in that we know that she didn't really agree with that, but I think it was because it was Richard, she did not put her foot down where maybe she should have.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but I feel like honestly though, that's why I have kind of a problem with Catherine, because she has a soft spot when it comes to people that she cares about. AKA Jackson and Richard, which is fine. I mean, most people do, but if you're going to put your foot down with certain stuff, you need to do it all the way around, not just not play favorites. And like, I didn't like how she was talking to Bailey either. I mean, in the way that I interpreted it.
Interpreted.
Yeah,
I can't say it.
Interpreted it.
Y'all know what we're trying to say. The way that I perceived that was that she was like placing most of the blame on Bailey, and I don't think that Bailey should take that blame, even regardless if she's chief or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she was placing all of it on her though, because you could tell. I feel like when she was having that conversation, she was having it to Bailey and Richard. I mean, I think she was gearing it towards him as well. So,
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I think, I don't know, but I know I don't have a big problem with Catherine. I like her, so.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked her up until she married Richard.
No, I mean, I've always liked her. I mean, there's been times where I've gotten irritated with her.
Yeah.
I've been mad at her.
I think I've been mad at Richard more times than I've ever been mad at Catherine, though, if I'm being honest. I mean, so what were your all's thoughts though? I did not like Bailey basically telling Joe that she had to come back to general surgery. I think it's wrong, and it that upset me a whole lot more than anything Catherine did this episode.
Okay, Shelby and I talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that mad. I understood where she was coming from. I like Link's idea, but I think she might get burned out really
and then
fast.
what if the spot's not there when comes back? I mean,
but I don't think Bailey would do that.
I mean, but how can
I think she would make room for her.
Unless that's where Arizona comes in. Arizona comes back, takes Joe's spot, and then when they get things situated, then Joe goes back to where Arizona was at, and then Arizona goes back to wherever she's living.
Well, Joe's just a resident though, so I mean,
no, I mean, Link was suggesting she did both. That way she doesn't lose her spot, and she's also helping.
That's gonna be a lot.
Oh, I do have to mention Skylar. Todd.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to mention his attempt to babysit or offer to babysit.
He said he'd help out, and he was like, like let's talk about that for a minute. Link trying to act like Todd isn't good enough.
I know.
Like trying to act, that made me angry. It's like, buddy, just because you didn't want her when she was right there in front of you, don't sit here and try to put down this man who's a good man. And well, we know how I feel about him. I mean, Skylar Austin, he could be anybody on the show and I'd love him probably, but he actually is a good guy. Like, and I think he would actually be good for Joe.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm not really vibing him. I love him and I would love for him to stay on, but I'm not vibing them two together. I think he's just
he's filler.
That's going to be an obstacle.
Guarantee it. But
yeah, no, he's just going to be an obstacle for Joe and Link.
Yeah. But I think they could have done it differently because I think the first episode, I definitely was vibing them. They had a lot of chemistry and we purposely like made him a little more boring to like tone it down, I think, which I don't think you had to do.
They don't have anything in common.
Right. But they did that first day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how they bonded. So like I feel like we've changed the storyline here because we're just gonna get her with Link, which is fine, I guess. But he had his chance, you know?
I know. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
I think he would still take Amelia back if she'd just come crawling to him.
Ugh.
Like I don't think he knows what he wants.
He doesn't.
But look at what happened with This Is Us. We didn't want Sophie. Well, Amanda did. We didn't want Sophie, and they made it work. So maybe it's going to be that this is Link and Joe's soulmate because they've been friends since they were kids and, you know, blah, 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 bloop.
But the other person involved was not Skylar Austin. So there's the difference in the storyline.
No, I mean, the way the Todd character is, one, could they have given him another name?
And why is it got to be Todd? Terrible.
He does not look like a Todd. I am sorry. No, I have a picture of a Todd in my brain right now, and it's nothing like Skylar Austin.
No.
So I think based off the name, he's just not going to be around very long.
I know. I agree, but I don't like it. My goodness, the drama with Meredith this week, and everybody's upset about her move back to Minnesota.
Well, you know, I don't blame him.
I feel differently.
I know you do.
I do too.
And here's the thing. her talk with Nick, did anyone else, when she was doing that talk, I thought that it was Ellen Pompeo talking to all of us about she has the right to leave. That's what it felt like watching it. And I was like, girl, you do have the right to leave. You have worked hard.
Yeah, I think me and Amanda had that conversation separately, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I just really felt it was so powerful. Like, I thought, man, she is talking to all of us right now.
Mhm.
We just got sat down.
We did. She said, look, I am tired. I've worked my butt off. Oh, it's okay if I'm done. And it is, guys. I mean, it's okay.
The one thing that I did like about this episode is Addison always has her snarky lead-ins.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Like her whole the like Meredith Grey and Neuro and causing drama. It's like I never left. That's the one thing, like I was a little bit disappointed about Addison's appearance this week, but that was one thing that I really liked about her. Like she always has the snarky lead-ins, but I love it.
Wasn't that what Amelia said? Like, you always did know how to make an entrance or whatever she said to her. That's true.
You always do know how to make an entrance.
Mhm.
Before we pass on Nick too much, I do want to say that I am almost completely in love with Nick.
I am.
Like it's taken a very long time for me to get over Derek with Meredith. Like I know I've loved her men in between, but none of them felt.
Yeah, none of them felt like it
real.
wasn't the same. But you know what, with Nick, I like him better. And here's why. That speech that he gave, he was putting every bit of her and her career first.
Yep.
Derek Shepherd would never. I mean, he wouldn't. He had a lot of great qualities. He did. But he would have never given up something of his own to help her move forward like that. I really don't think he would have.
We kind of saw that though. And we saw that Derek couldn't stick with it, where she wanted to work, and after they had what's her name? Oh my gosh. Zola, thank you. I kept having Zara in my head for some reason. I was like, that's not it. Stop it. Once they had Zola, after those episodes when they were fighting back and forth about who was going to stay with her and who was going to work, and then Derek never even stuck to it. They both ended up working all the time.
Yeah. So and that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, I'm not trying to put down Derek by saying that.
No.
I'm just saying.
You guys know I love Derek.
That was really awesome. The way Nick did that.
It was. It was.
I agree with you. I'm rewatching Grey's currently too. And I'm not that far. I'm in like season 2. And this is my second time rewatching it. This is my second time watching it. So like this is my first rewatch. And a lot of my feelings on characters have changed, but my feelings on Derek haven't. Like
I still love Derek. I mean, even the first time watching, there were just moments when Derek like really angered me. But
and see, I feel the same way. I will say, like this time I'm more annoyed with Meredith than I am with Derek, because Meredith kind of like bowed at his feet, and I didn't like that. But seeing now though, like, so rewatching it from the beginning and then still being current to like kind of watching them like simultaneously in a way, it's kind of crazy like how much she's grown and how much she's changed, and she's like, I'm not letting no man tell me what to do type of thing. Like she's become a boss. I mean, she like there's no denying that. But at the very beginning, she was like a puppy dog in love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which I think in that all of us when we're young, like she was, and I mean then we grow up and we're able to stand up for ourselves. So I think
she's very young and naive and kind of been in a little bit of a bubble.
Yeah.
In her mom's shadow, I feel like all her life. And so I mean, I see how the attraction between Meredith and Derek happened.
Oh yeah.
And
for sure.
why they lasted. And I really honestly do think that we would have seen them together forever.
Yeah, I
don't think that they would have ever permanently split, even though I think there would be a lot more drama with Meredith and Derek. I think if Derek never died, I think they would still be.
I mean, they're soulmates, and I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
But I think that Nick is better for her than he could have ever been. So
I'm loving it. I am
Yeah.
here for it. I am loving it. I'm excited to see him working at Grace Sloan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's one thing that I was really hoping for. And I'm so excited that he's willing. And that's also going to help Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's one more attending.
I was kind of disappointed that Nick didn't get to meet Addison because of her and Meredith being kind of close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I really think that Addison would approve of him. I mean, not that she needs Addison's approval by any means, but I kind of was hoping that they would have that interaction.
You know, I didn't even think about it. Like the thought never even crossed my mind until you just said it. But yeah, I would have liked to see it.
Yeah.
Because they seem like they're friends. I mean, I know like Addison's often wherever, but like Addison and Amelia were very close. Like I know that you guys didn't watch Private Practice, but in Private Practice, Addison and Amelia were very close. So seeing them together was kind of nice. And I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of that because they were very, very close. But I was really kind of hoping that she would have met Nick too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of the queen herself, she always has the best lead-ins. I absolutely love her snarkiness. Like she is still queen of passive aggressiva or whatever Derek called it.
Yeah,
she is. And I think this is exactly what Richard and Meredith needed to start mending their relationship. We needed some of that old school tough love.
Yeah. That's what bugs me. Like, and just like the situation, how like Addison was like, basically like, I mean, she puts the patient first.
Yeah.
It bugged me that Richard was bringing all that drama because I don't think Meredith was. Meredith was ready to put like, just sort of do what she needs to do without like, but Richard always wants to bring the drama, like like the personal stuff into these situations, but it's like, you know, I think we have more important things to worry about right now than like this.
That annoys me about Richard too, because my thing is you're a 60 probably some year old man. Why are you bringing drama into an ER room? You know what I mean? Like, I understand it's a TV show and things are dramatized or whatever the word is, but like you're a 60 some year old man and you're beefing with a 40 some year old woman who wants to move because she's been there for how many years? Like, and then on top of that, you're putting the patient at risk. And then I loved that Addison put them in their place. I mean, they needed that.
They did. And I was all here for it. I was perfectly happy. And nobody talks to Meredith like that anymore. If you've ever really kind of realized, like nobody really talks to them like that, but Addison can go in there and talk to them like that and they're going to take it. And I loved it. That's exactly what they needed.
And I like that also, I mean, Addison sort of put Richard in his place also, and just because Richard wants to paint this picture of like how wonderful things were and all of this. And she's like, no, like we were all like tired and terrified. And like, you know, I mean, I like how she lays it out there. It was like, just figure it out, you know, like make it better. Let's get it back.
I will say that special case, I got teary-eyed.
Yeah, that was
sad. I mean, you guys know a little bit about like my history and stuff, but like when she lost the baby and like they were just fighting and arguing and Addison's like, can we just mourn this baby for a minute? Like that's when I kind of almost lost it. I didn't lose it because you know I don't cry, but I almost did.
Yeah,
that was very emotional. She's poured so much into this woman's pregnancy. I did not think they were going to lose the baby.
I didn't either.
I was like, no. They're going to, like, I thought, who was it, Meredith, that came up with the idea? I thought when she kind of came up with that, I thought that was going to fix it. And then, like, you know, Meredith finally, it'll like heal her and Richard somehow. I don't know. It's where my mind was going. I did not expect to lose the baby.
Did you guys see the theories that were online?
No.
Oh my gosh. So someone said that the reason that Addison was so triggered about her losing the baby is that she had tried to have a baby with Derek's leftover sperm and she ended up losing the baby and it triggered whatever. And I'm like, Addison has her own kid. Like, I know that you guys didn't watch Private Practice, but she has her own kid from Private Practice.
Yeah.
And she's married to Jake. At least she was, unless they're not married anymore. And she's married to Jake. Like, why would that even be a thing?
the thing is, like, I mean, Addison's always been really like cares really deeply for her patients. So like, I feel like that's just who she is on that. It has nothing to do with anything personal. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. It weirded me out a little bit because especially like they weren't even together anymore after when he died. So why would she even want that?
That's just people being stupid. That would not. That's Grays can go extreme, but they would not go that extreme.
I mean, they already kind of did that with Izzy. You know, using Alex's stuff. I mean, Alex is alive, but like,
true.
They already kind of did that. So why would they do it again?
Yeah, but that was like a whole storyline that we got, you know, about like Alex freezing the sperm. Like that's all. It's kind of, we went through all that with them. And so that was we didn't know if Derek ever had sperm frozen or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Like why would he?
There'd be no reason to.
So because him and Addison weren't even, because Addison didn't even decide based off of private practice. Addison didn't even decide that she wanted to have a kid until later on in there. And Derek and her were already been split up and stuff when that happened. So like there's no way that she would have even thought, technically speaking, like she wouldn't have wanted his kid, period.
Yeah, that one's weird.
What did you guys think of Leo and his identity? Teddy thought that it was kind of a crisis. Owen didn't think that it was that bad.
This is very controversial.
Yeah.
Because I think what they decided on at the end is the perfect thing.
Absolutely.
That any parent should have done. No, don't put him in therapy. Let us get therapy to know what the correct way is to, I don't want to use the word handle because you don't really handle it. It's like
maybe understand
it. Yeah, exactly. How to understand it, because I mean, I would need to know too.
Yeah,
I loved how Owen put it in perspective though, like how he said, because I mean, Leo's still a little kid. I mean, what, 2-3 years old, maybe 4.
I think he's like 4 now.
Like 4.
He's not in school yet. And he said, well, last week Owen said that not Owen. Last week, Leo said that he was an owl. Did you question that? Yeah. Like, I know that he was trying to be funny, but it was like the perfect way to kind of.
Yeah, I agree.
And honestly, that kind of put it in perspective for me too.
I know.
Because I think that as parents now, I can't speak for everybody. I don't want to say all. I think there's a lot of parents out there who I have so much freaking trial in my head. I was like, hearsay.
Leo's my dog's name, by the way. And when the TV kept saying Leo, he kept going. It was adorable.
Leo is, by the way,
so cute.
So freaking cute. My goodness.
I love it.
I just want to bite him.
Did you guys know that Kim Raver's actual real life son, one of them's name is Leo? And I don't know if they did that for the show too or not, but yeah, her real life son's name's Leo.
I don't think so, because
he wasn't hers at first. He was going to be Amelia.
He was Betty's. Betty, and then
when Amelia was still with Owen, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so then I guess it's just a coincidence, but I thought that was kind of cool when I saw that.
It was. Cool. That was really cool. They had this disagreement. Thankfully, I don't
think Teddy was necessary. I mean, I really think she had good intentions.
I do too.
With what she was trying to do.
I think they both did.
It's just, I mean, it's not necessarily something you think about.
Yeah.
As a parent. So like, I think sometimes it might be jarring and you might just need to, I don't know. I think, and we're human. Parents react wrong to situations, but I think, I mean, even she was willing to like hear the idea of them going to therapy and all of that. So, I mean, obviously they both got to the place they needed to get to. So
I think they did amazing.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was probably pretty realistic to how you might react. I mean, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so I don't know what I would do. I hope I'd be graceful and do all the right things, but I don't know,
If we're being honest though, I didn't expect Teddy to react that way. I would have thought that Owen would have. And I don't know why I thought that, but I don't know, just like something in my head, I was like really surprised that it was Teddy that was like that.
No, I get that.
I think
because I think that's just usual males. I mean, the stereotype.
I mean, I think old Owen might have been I think Parenthood has really changed him.
Yeah.
And
it
just
has.
how open like his mind is and just thinking about different, I don't know. I just think it's changed him for the better.
I like him a lot better now. I'm not to his part yet, like where I'm rewatching at, but I remember I didn't care for him that much. But I'm really liking him now.
Maybe you'll like him better the second time around you're watching.
I'm thinking my problem was Christina. I did not like him and Christina together at all.
That's
the only person in the world that just
I liked them.
Didn't love. Oh, I love them together. But I mean, Christina as a character, she's never been my favorite. I mean, like I think she's funny, but I thought I was the only person that was like, Christina. She's kind of problematic.
See, I liked her the first time around, but this time around, she's making me mad.
Like she's entertaining, I think, but she's not anywhere close to any of my top characters.
She's red flag palooza. Like throw them all up.
She is.
She's pretty problematic, but
yes, but she knows it too.
Yeah, agree.
Oh yeah, she's proudfully problematic.
Yeah, I mean she knows.
But I tell you what, that patient that Owen and that they had this week was like nuts. Ooh. With that mangled arm. Oh, so gross.
I still could not understand what exactly happened. He fell from what happened? I was so confused.
Don't ask me. I was confused as well, if I'm being honest. I thought it was just me though. All I know is his arm was messed up bad.
Shelby, did you have any idea?
It was so long ago that I watched, I don't honestly remember.
I think that's like maybe he fell off of something and like got his arm like.
Hold on, let me look it up.
And there was something wrong because I know the lady said that she noticed that like the conveyor belt wasn't working like it was supposed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she felt bad that she didn't say like something sooner because then somehow got it in there.
With the conveyor belt,
I think.
So it looks like they worked at some kind of plant and he got his arm stuck in a conveyor belt, but it doesn't say what kind of plant, but like somehow his arm got sucked into it and it didn't stop.
But he's using, I don't know how I felt about him using this military technique because he's going to get too many eyes on him.
I know. And that was Teddy's issue too, but
yeah.
But I think it's really Owen. I mean, he's just, I don't know. I mean, he was just going to save the guy's arm. He wasn't really worried about, but I wish he would start worrying about like things because I feel like it's really going to get him in trouble, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. I wasn't very comfortable with it.
I think he's too smart for his own good. He knows too much. I want to say lick it and stick it techniques. I get like in the field more stuff, like not so much stuff that's approved, but like stuff that you use out in the field if you need something quick. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by lick it and stick it. Like not necessarily
combat
foolproof, but like not necessarily foolproof, but more like for a quick fix until you can get to where you need to be type of thing.
I don't know. I agree with Teddy though. I think it's going to be troublesome, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, especially with the other stuff that he has his hands in too. I mean, I don't know. I'm really worried that he's going to get found out.
Yeah. I mean, it could definitely happen. One other thing that I was getting a little bit concerned about this episode is Winston's brother. What's his name?
Oh my gosh.
Wendell? Wendell?
That's it. I was like, I can't remember what his name.
I was going to say Wendell, but I was like, that doesn't sound right.
I think that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is. But this thing, I didn't trust him to begin with.
Me too. I knew there had to be something up with, of course, I never trust these, especially when it's a family member coming in, like with like equipment to sell. It always seems to be something going wrong with it anyway. So I don't know. I didn't trust him. But when they were trying on those things and like the guy, he was like, it says you're dead. And he was like, the poor patient was like, that's concerning. Or no, what was it? They put it on Winston. They said, oh, you're dead too. And he's like, well, that's a little less concerning. I mean, the poor guy, like, imagine like what is going on here.
And then I was laughing so hard when he was putting the moves on Maggie, and like Maggie had it on him, and she's like, "Well, it says you're dead." And he's like, "I can assure you, I am not."
Yeah. They're cute. They're cute.
They are so cute together.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about him at first. I thought he was shady, but I'm liking him more now.
Yeah. I think
I
think he's fully gotten my trust.
Oh,
it took a while, but
then when he got, I mean, his brother, man, like you just bought like medical equipment on the internet, like.
And then I was a little bit confused by this storyline because I thought that he was a PR person, or not PR. I thought that he was like a farmer rep or whatever, but it sounds like he's doing his own thing.
Yeah, he is. That's what he admitted to. He bought all this stuff off the internet, and then he just expected to be able to sell it for more money. I mean, it's dumb. And then he just literally expected Winston to bail him out of it.
I really hope he doesn't. And I hope Maggie doesn't let him, even if he tries to, like, somebody stand up. Don't just bail. This is a grown man. Like, there's no reason for you to just bail him out like this.
No, he needs to figure it out himself, because that's I mean, it's just not safe.
No, I mean, you can't sell the equipment. It doesn't work. And I mean, I'm sure, I mean, Winston and Maggie, they're heart surgeons, so they probably have the money that they could bail him out, but they shouldn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was really that much money. It was like $100,000, was it?
Yeah, I mean, for them, like, it's probably
that's not.
Yeah, I mean, not that much money, Amanda.
Well, I mean, like, for two heart surgeons, that's not. Or no, was it 10,000? I remember just not being like a.
It wasn't anything. They probably got it sitting in their bank, whatever it is, but
he's not. No, and I wouldn't help him either. No, you got yourself into this position. You need to figure your way out of it.
Yeah, it'd be different if it was something like you just made a mistake and like needed help. But like,
and not only that, but he tried to screw up at the hospital on top of it.
You lied to Winston. You lied to. I mean, what if they had used this and like this could be dangerous for a patient? Like, no.
I just didn't like him expecting like, well, you're not going to bail me out? No, I'm not going to. What?
No.
Like, he just really expected Winston just to bail him out of it. And I'm really glad that Winston stood up and was like, no.
Yeah.
It does sound like, though, based off of what Winston said about him, that he's kind of been the problem child.
Yeah.
For a while. I mean, because even he was apprehensive about him being back and everything. I think that based off of like what he said already, this wasn't very much of a surprise for him.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it was either, but hopefully this Wendell guy does not stick around, because I'm already really tired of his face, and I'm kind of over it already. So we can just move on. And speaking of moving on, I really just don't want to talk about this guy anymore. He pissed me off this week. But one person who did not piss me off this week, by the way, was Levi.
Aww.
And I'm so glad that he's back.
Yeah.
I really missed him.
Yeah. His little icy elevator scene with Nico was a little cringy, but otherwise, like, he seems like he's back and he's better. I mean, he's back in gear at least.
He does. He seems like I think he's back. He's back.
The elevator scene. What made me laugh was Helm. She was like, that was awkward. I love her so much. Like,
I do too.
It was so, because those were my exact thoughts. I was thinking, oh gosh,
a good elevator scene in Grace. We all love it.
It honestly reminded me, because with the rewatch, it reminded me of the scenes with Derek and Addie and Mark.
Yes.
Or the ones with Addie and Meredith and Derek. Like,
and Mark. All that one elevator scene with there was all four of them in there.
Yeah.
Mark.
The dirty mistresses, and then and them.
They were all dirty mistresses. Except Derek.
I mean, technically he cheated on Addie, though.
He did.
Well,
but they were already.
No, wait a minute. He did when like the whole like at the prom scene. That was cheating on Addison.
Yes.
But anything prior to that, like when he got with Meredith, I don't count that as cheating, even if they were still married. Like
they were separated. He had left. I mean,
but now the prom scene, that was pretty gross.
But I do think that he should have been a lot more open with Meredith about being already married to Addison and all that kind of stuff. He's not going to get a pass from me. Next week looks like it's going to be going.
Yeah. What, Richard Richard gets high, which is going to be a blast. What? So was that was Catherine's drink that he got in the fridge? Is that what he said?
I couldn't really catch it. I don't know what
it was Catherine's, but then it's like cannabis. I mean, he's like high, like.
But I don't see Catherine doing that either. So I don't know.
I do like, but maybe not like. I don't know, for some sort of medical reason, I could see her definitely like
maybe
having her a drink. I don't think I could see it. I think.
I don't know. As uptight as she is, I can't see that.
See, I don't think she's uptight like in
I don't
that.
either.
No, I don't think she's uptight at all. So
maybe you'll see Catherine differently this time, this watch around.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll try to keep an open mind.
Keep an open mind, really, because she's actually kind of funny. I mean, she can have her cranky moments, but she is a little bit funny.
I like her.
That sense of humor.
I've never understood your hate for her, so hopefully you'll like her. I don't know.
I'll keep my mind open.
In that preview, who yells at Bailey?
I mean,
holy moly!
I kind of like it. Nick lets her have it, but it goes back to, I think Nick is just a great doctor and a great teacher. And Bailey is making Levi nervous in that moment. He's needing Levi to focus and do what he needs to do. And I mean, he tells her to shut up. And I think it's okay.
I do too.
Wait, he tells Bailey to shut up?
He sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
He sure does.
It's gonna be awkward.
Levi's clearly rattled and in the middle of a surgery. And Bailey's doing her Bailey thing. God love her, but she's doing her thing. And it's making him more rattled. And I mean, Nick's just like, shut up.
Oh, man.
And she looks shocked.
Well,
probably how I looked when I watched it. I was like, oh.
All right. I can't wait for next week.
It'll be good, I think. So I think that's it, ladies.
That is it.
Yeah.
We zoomed through it.
We did.
We discussed it all.
If anybody wants to join our Facebook groups, come do that. You can discuss all of this with us and have a good time, play some games, all that fun stuff. The group is called Grey's Anatomy Grey Family Fan Club. We'd love to have you be a part of that. And
all right,
that's all. Bye, guys.
Bye.
For our listeners craving more, you can search for all 16 of our groups on Facebook by searching Family Fan Club. Come on over and join the conversation. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok under Fandom Family Chats. We try to always make sure to have something that will entertain. Of course, we'd also love your feedback, the good and any bad. And you can provide that by emailing us at familyfanclub2021@gmail.com. Keep an eye out for our website coming soon, where you'll be able to buy FFC merch and merch about some of your favorite TV shows with some favorite sayings and images. We're also working toward hosting a Comic-Con style event in 2024 where some of your favorite fandoms, cast, crew, and fans alike will come together for a fun-filled weekend. You can find those announcements on our website coming at you soon. Keep watching and listening, and as always, don't forget to share and subscribe.